Hello there, I am back to show you such an exciting cake today. This is just the cake for you if you want a party cake, but you want it to be super special and exciting. This is going to be a really colourful rainbow marble party cake, and it's really easy. I'm going to start by making the sponge. So in my mixing bowl, I'm going to put 375 grams of soft unsalted butter, along with 375 grams of caster sugar. And that just needs to be beat together on quite a high speed for about 5 minutes until it's really, really pale. Right, that is looking good. So now I'm going to add my eggs. I've got 6 large free-range eggs. I'm going to add them one at a time and beat them for a few seconds in between. So now all my eggs are in, I'm going to sift in some flour. I have 375 grams of self-raising flour. I'm just going to sift that straight into the batter. And then on a low speed on your mixer, just fold that in. That is looking pretty good. Now it still needs milk and vanilla, of course, but because we're going to be making this rainbow coloured, I'm going to add those in with the colour because it will make it a lot easier for the colour to distribute. So I've got my 4 bowls in front of me. First of all, I'm just going to put my milk in there. So it's a tablespoon per bowl, and I've already mixed a teaspoon of vanilla extract into the milk. Now it's time for the colour. So I'm going to go with pink, purple, yellow, and a kind of nice turquoise colour, which is almost exactly the same colours as my apron, which you can get on my website, cupcakejemma.com. So I'm just going to use colour paste as normal and just a nugget, like a pea-sized amount in each bowl. And now you want to put an equal amount of your almost ready batter into your milk and give it a good mix. You can measure it if you want to be really super accurate, but I'm just going to wing it. And then I'm going to fold in my batter so it doesn't knock too much of the air out. I've got all my batter mixed and coloured and really bright and lovely, and I've also got 4 tins, 7-inch tins, which I've greased just lightly. And now is the time where I have to try and put the right amount into each tin. So I'm going to be using tablespoons just to kind of give myself an idea of how much I've put in each one. I'm going to start by putting 3 blobs of each colour into each tin. And now I'm going to use the back of a teaspoon just to wiggle them around to marble the colours together. Now there's no special technique to this, but you want to make sure you don't marble it too much, otherwise all the colour's going to mix together and it's going to be kind of brown. And once you've finished marbling, you just need to bake those at 170 degrees C for 20 to 22 minutes. My cakes have come out of the oven and they're totally cool, and they're already, the colour is starting to peep through. So I do want to get rid of all this kind of murky coloured caramelisation. So I'm going to level my cakes as usual and trim around the edges. So with all my cakes trimmed, it's time to start building this thing up. So I've got some vanilla buttercream here. I've just made 2 times my vanilla buttercream recipe, and if you want to check out my buttercream masterclass, where that recipe can be found, just click on the link up there now. To start with, I'm going to stick a little bit of buttercream onto my cake board, just to stick the first sponge on, and then I'm going to build it up and give it a crumb coat. And now that all my colourful crumbs are locked in, I'm going to put this into the fridge for half an hour to an hour just to set before I give it a final coat. My cake has got a lovely final coating of buttercream on it. It's a blank canvas for me to make an absolute riot of a mess on. So I have got 4 bowls here, each with a little bit of white chocolate, just 50 grams in each bowl, and I have coloured them using colour powder. White chocolate doesn't like taking food colour paste, so it's best to use oil-based colours or powder colours to get these really, really vibrant shades. And now I'm going to basically make a mess. So I'm going to flick a bunch of these colours at this cake in a really haphazard way. So stand back. Now it's nearly ready. It looks pretty cool as it is, but I'm just going to boost this guy even further by putting on some little coloured meringue poops and just embellishing it a little bit more with some brightly coloured buttercream. The meringue poops are just exactly the same recipe as my circus meringue video, so go and check that out. I'll put the link on screen. And I'm just going to build it up with a mixture of blobs of buttercream and meringues. And that is my finished rainbow marble party cake, and I think you'll agree that it is very much the party cake. Lots of colours going on, lots of textures, and I think it's probably about time that we had a little look. So grab yourself a big knife, cut yourself a big slice. Oh my goodness, it's so colourful. It's really fun. That is going to be perfect for your party or just for no reason at all, just because you want a fantastic cake. So please make that. Make sure you take a picture, hashtag Cupcake Jemma. And if you haven't checked out my merch yet, you've probably noticed that I'm wearing a really cool apron right now. And you can get your hands on one of these for yourself at cupcakejemma.com. That's where all my merch lives. I've got all sorts of things, badges, oven mitts, all sorts. So head over there. I'll be back next Thursday with another recipe, so I'll see you then. Meantime, just find a reason to have a party so you can make this cake. Bye.